Today I will be talking about clay. So first of all, what is clay? We have mountains, boulders, and rocks. These are your large particles. Below these we have gravel, which is between 2 and 10 millimeters, sand, which is 0.06 to 2 millimeter, and silt, which is 0.002 to 0.06 millimeter. Anything smaller than silt is considered clay. Clay can be found in any type of soil, backyards, construction sites, but is most common near rivers or other sources of running water. Today I will be extracting clay from a local river. You will want to find a nice place where the water is moving but is not churning. A good indicator of clay-rich soil is cracking in the ground after heavy rainfall. The first step is to collect the soil into a bucket. Here's all the clay that I collected today, but right now it's full of sand, rocks, and various other organics like grass and roots. The way we are going to separate the clay is by decanting. The way decanting works is we have a mixture of particle sizes here: clay, silt, and sand. The idea is to mix them with water and get them all suspended and mixed together. The larger sand and silt are heavier, so they fall out of suspension first, leaving the clay floating in the water. And then it's just as simple as pouring off the slurry. Let's get to it. First, we mix it all up and break up the chunks as much as we can. And then we just pour it through a filter into another bucket. The filter is just to get rid of all the organics. It may take several gallons of water and several passes in order to get all of it out. So now we have most of the big stuff out. There's still some of the silt and sand in there, but it's mostly at the bottom of the bucket. So we're going to repeat the process a few times. So to demonstrate the next phase of refining, I'm going to take a sample off the top, getting the finest of all the particles. Essentially, now the idea is to separate the clay from the water. The easiest way to do this is just to let it settle out. So we leave the buckets out for a while. A week later, we have gone from full slurry to a very clear separation. Now, our problem is to get the water out. There are lots of ways to do this, but I'm going to use a siphon. More on how these work in another video. So now we have the concentrated slurry. Now we could just leave it and keep repeating this process of settling and siphoning, but it takes longer the more you do that. So to speed things up, I'm going to filter the clay out from the water. To do this, just lay a cloth, or in this case a towel, over a bucket. Make sure it's secure. You can weigh it down like I have, or clamp it. It doesn't really matter. Then just pour the slurry through. Here I'm doing roughly 4 liters of it that I scooped out of the top of the buckets earlier. And then it's just a matter of time. The water will either soak through or evaporate out, leaving you with very soggy clay. As is, this is usable, but I'm looking for something a little more handleable. So I'm going to let it evaporate some more. A few days later, it's perfect. Now I'm just going to roll it together by hand a bit. You'll want to work it in a way so that you work out all the air bubbles in it. Bubbles are bad for firing ceramics, and more on that later. And there you have it. A nice big ball of clay and a pair of messy hands. I'm going to let the rest of the slurry settle out as much as I can over the next few weeks to see how well that works, and try to avoid filtering a large amount all at once. Thank you for watching. If you have any ideas for other things you'd like to see made, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please subscribe and check out some of the others I'm making as well. See you next time.
Yeah.